Good morning, everyone. It's December 2nd, 2018. I'm Eric. You know, every time when one of these globalist scum dies, you get the news media, politicians, among others, their followers, highlighting the supposed good these individuals done in their lives. But the truth of the matter is, none of these people do any good in their lives. They're all sexual predators. They're all serial killers. They're all liars. They're all thieves. And these people's legacies should not be celebrated. They should be condemned. Just like George and his bitch wife, what was her name? Barbara, should be condemned. So, this is on the forgotten legacy of George H.W. Bush that the media won't tell you about. And this is from Johnny Liberty. So, on Friday, November 30th, former President George H.W. Bush passed away at the age of 94, according to a statement released by his friends and family. While the establishment celebrates the life of the former president and Americans line up to mourn their fallen leader, the facts that are being reported in the mainstream media are far different than the legacy he is leaving behind. The early years. George Hubert Walker Bush was born on June 12, 1924 in Massachusetts to Prescott Sheldon Bush and Dorothy Walker Bush. Shortly after his birth, the family moved to Connecticut, where he began his formal education at Greenwich Country Day School. At the age of 18, Bush joined the U.S. Navy. During his tenure in the Navy, Bush was stationed with Torpedo Squadron 51 aboard the USS San Jacinto, some shit, I don't know. On August 1st, 1944, his unit launched an operation against the Japanese in Bonin Islands. On September 2nd, 1944, Bush's aircraft was downed, leading to the death of 8 Navy airmen, leaving Bush as the lone survivor. The episode later became known as the Chichijima incident and led to the future president being hailed as a war hero. His political career. Upon graduating from Yale, Bush began his career in politics and was elected chairman of the Harris County, Texas Republican Party in 1963. 3 years later, Bush was elected to the House of Representatives, marking the beginnings of a meteoric rise, which resulted in him being named director of the CIA in 1976. Before he was named head of the CIA, Bush was already heavily involved in covert operations, according to a book released in 2010 by author Russ Baker. In his book, Family of Secrets, The Bush Dynasty, America's Invisible Government, and the Hidden History of the Last 50 Years, Baker revealed the relationship between Bush and former President Richard Nixon, a relationship the author asserts that eventually led to the Watergate scandal and Nixon's resignation. As director of the CIA, Bush was responsible for overseeing the payment of hundreds of thousands of dollars to Panamanian leader and suspected cocaine trafficker Manuel Noriega. Although Bush claimed he wasn't aware of Noriega's illicit activities until 1988, the CIA's involvement in Latin America would eventually end in a national controversy during the Reagan administration and what became known as the Iran-Contra scandal. While Bush served less than a year as the head of CIA, he was also caught destroying evidence of U.S. war crimes, as reported by Muckrock. In quotes, declassified records recently unearthed in Crest show the CIA waffled on a promise to obey the law and destroying records of agencies' illegal activities and wrongdoing. 4 years after serving as the director of the CIA, George H.W. Bush was elected Vice President of the United States. Serving under former President Ronald Reagan, Bush kept a low profile and avoided making any key policy decisions or criticisms of the Reagan administration, but attended a large number of ceremonies and public events. In 1988, Bush was elected president, defeating Michael Dukakis of Massachusetts. Within his first year in office, Bush's approval rating began to slip due to his inability to deal with Manuel Noriega, the Panamanian leader he previously aided while serving as head of the CIA. Bush responded by deciding to invade Panama, and on December 20th, 1989, he deployed 25,000 troops to the tiny nation. Bush justified the invasion, codenamed Operation Just Cause, on the grounds of national security. The president misled the country by claiming Noriega had threatened the U.S., a claim which turned out to be untrue. After 2 weeks, the conflict ended, resulting in the deaths of 20 American soldiers and as many as 2,000 Panamanians. Less than a year after the invasion of Panama, Bush once again found himself responding to another foreign policy debacle. On August 2, 1990, Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein began an invasion of nearby Kuwait. In response, President Bush and the American media used the testimony of a 15-year-old Kuwaiti girl known only by her first name, Naria, to justify U.S. intervention in Kuwait. However, she was later discovered to be the daughter of a U.S. ambassador who was being coaxed by military psychological operations specialist. In 1991, Bush gave his infamous New World Order speech, which many people believe signaled the beginning of the PNAC plan, also known as the Project for a New American Century. After leaving office in 1993, Bush retired with his wife Barbara and built a home in a community near Houston, Texas. Though retired, the former president would still face controversy. In 1999, former Brigadier General Russell S. Bowen published a book entitled The Immaculate Deception: The Bush Crime Family Exposed. In the book, General Bowen details the government's alleged role in covering up Bush's role in the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Last year, during the heights of the Me Too movement, at least 5 women claimed they were abused by the former president. In an interview with Time magazine, a woman named Rosalind Corrigan claimed Bush sexually assaulted her in 2003 when she was only 16 years old. At least 5 more women have accused Bush of sexual assault, including an unnamed Michigan woman who came forward claiming the former president groped her in 1992 at a campaign event. Actress Heather Lind also stated in a now-deleted Instagram post that Bush groped her during a photo op in 2014. Perhaps instead of blindly praising a documented criminal, Americans should consider asking themselves what other crimes the U.S. government and the media are covering up for former presidents. Not only for former presidents, but for current ones, for current politicians. Again, these people are fucking criminals in the highest order. They rape, steal, murder. And you moronic motherfuckers keep on praising these serial killers, these serial rapists, these serial criminals, while declaring individuals like myself who've never hurt anyone should be in prison. Because I don't follow the laws that these scum impose upon me. Now, I never agreed in any time of my life, I've never signed a document agreeing to follow any of these laws. Any of them. So, these people are the criminals, and people like me are their victims. Thought I would share this with you. I hope you all have a good day. Kill the state before the state kills you.